slowly, and we're going to talk softly, but the number of sites in here are huge. We could spend many hours here. There are over 30 chapels. There are chapels celebrating where Jesus' body was taken down, where Jesus was disrobed by the soldiers, where Jesus appeared to his mother again. Let's pause here. This way we're going to go. Where the soldier who crucified Jesus, we're told he then became a Christian. No historical evidence for this. And where he has a chapel in his honor now. Again, over 30 chapels here. So it's a big building. We won't see but just a little fraction of it. Let's go on down here. And as we go down, notice what's on the walls. Look at the walls. What do you see?
Oh, there's little crosses.
Little crosses. These are from pilgrims over the centuries. We think these are probably all Crusader era crosses put on here as people came. And so, cut into the stone. We're walking down, and it seems like we're going to a basement. We're not going to a basement. We are actually going back to the first century street level.
Oh, wow.
And what we're going to be doing is walking down the steps of the church as it was once situated. The church entrance used to be that way, and you'd walk to the church this way. So it's all been changed. Most of what we see out front is Crusader.
Okay.
And of course, the first church was built by Constantine
I see.
and his mother. So, okay, let's go down further. As we go down,
Oh, it goes down further.
it goes down further. Now, this room is special
Oh, why is it special?
because this is the origin of the true cross.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the true cross?
No, I have not actually.
I'll tell you the story. I'll tell it to you as Mark Twain tells it in his book, Innocents Abroad, what he experienced. Of course, he's sarcastic, and so it will sound a little sarcastic, but it will illustrate the fact that people are wanting to believe, and sometimes it's not believable, but they want to believe. So what we see up here, of course, is going to be Helena, the mother of Constantine, who went all over the Holy Lands trying to find the holy sites. Now her son is the emperor, and so when she comes here and says to the bishop, where was Jesus crucified? Where did this happen? He's going to show her every spot.
Oh, okay.
And so it's not like we really know this or that sometimes, like in Bethlehem. There's a star. It shows the very spot where Jesus was born. Was that the very spot Jesus was born? We know it was in Bethlehem.
Yeah.
And we know we have the Church of the Nativity there. But was it in that very spot?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the point. Okay, so let's talk. I'm just going to read to you, since we have some light here, the very words of Mark Twain. We were shown the place where the Lord appeared to his mother after the resurrection. Here also a marble slab marks the spot where St. Helena, the mother of the Emperor Constantine, found the crosses about 300 years after the crucifixion. According to the legend, this great discovery elicited extravagant demonstrations of joy, but they were of short duration. The question intruded itself, which bore the blessed Savior and which the thieves? To be in doubt, and so mighty a matter as this, to be uncertain which one to adore, was a grievous misfortune. It turned the public joy to sorrow. But when lived there a holy priest who could not set so simple a trouble at rest, one of these soon hit upon a plan that would be a certain test. A noble lady lay very ill in Jerusalem. The wise priest ordered that the 3 crosses be taken to her bedside, one at a time. It was done. When her eyes fell upon the first one, she uttered a scream that was heard beyond the Damascus gate, and even upon the Mount of Olives, it was said, and then fell back in a deadly swoon. They recovered her and brought the 2nd cross. Instantly, she went into fearful convulsions, and it was with the greatest difficulty that 6 strong men could hold her. They were afraid now to bring in the 3rd cross. They began to fear that possibly they had fallen upon the wrong crosses, and that the true cross was not with this number at all. However, as the woman seemed likely to die with the convulsions that were tearing her, they concluded that the 3rd could do no more than put her out of her misery with a happy dispatch. So they brought it, and behold, a miracle. The woman sprang from her bed, smiling and joyful, and perfectly restored to health. When we listen to evidence like this, we cannot but believe. We would be ashamed to doubt, and properly too. Even the very part of Jerusalem where all this occurred is there yet. So there is really no room for doubt. You can see he's ridiculing the story. He's ridiculing the discovery of the true cross. Now, was the true cross really discovered here? I don't believe so. It's wood. After 300 years, it's going to rot. And so, no. But all over Europe, all over America, we've seen it in Texas, where someone has a certificate that certifies by a cardinal of the Roman Catholic Church that this is a part of the true cross. It was just the size of a toothpick. It said that there are enough pieces of the true cross to build a city. In other words, lots and lots of people paid lots of money for a little piece. And it happens so often that we're talking a lot of wood. So, no, it's important that we test everything. That's God's command to us. I go back to that. Test everything and hold to